You know, I love talking about Caitlin Clark on this show, and she participated in some kind of LPGA Pro-Am, drew monster crowds. There's pictures of just like everybody trying to get an autograph with Caitlin Clark.
Angry detractors, media hysteria, and a slew of head injuries in a move that nobody anticipated. Caitlin Clark has undoubtedly been in the heart of controversy for the past few months. After delivering arguably the best rookie season by any NBA player in history, Clark struck a headline-grabbing deal with the LPGA, casting doubt on her WNBA legacy and sparking discussions about loyalty, fame, and ambition. Speaking of which,
Caitlin Clark's decision to leave the basketball court for the golf course sent shockwaves through both leagues. In a move that seemed almost impossible just weeks ago, the rookie sensation signed a multi-year deal with the LPGA on June 27, 2025. Across 3 seasons in college, she broke scoring records with an average of 31.9 points per game and led her team to 2 Final Four appearances. As a rookie in the WNBA, she carried that momentum, posting 20.1 points, 4.8 assists, and 3.6 rebounds per game. Her scoring rank in the league stood at 5th overall, and she led all rookies in assists and 3-win percentage at 42.3%. Yet fewer than 2 months into her first professional basketball season, she stunned teammates and fans alike by announcing a full-time commitment to golf.
You know, I love talking about Caitlin Clark on this show, and she participated in some kind of LPGA Pro-Am, drew monster crowds. There's pictures of just like everybody trying to get an autograph with Caitlin Clark. I saw Christine Brennan and others. Like, holy cow, I've followed sports for a long time. Only thing that I've seen like this would be Tiger Woods, although Tiger Woods didn't do autographs the way Caitlin Clark does. It further extends my position that Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in American sports, bar none. No one else can do this. She just made the LPGA relevant for a day, Steve. No one else can do that. Wait till these TV ratings come in. She's not even that, you know, she's a decent golfer, but she's that big of a star.
WNBA veterans watched in stunned silence as Clark walked into the team meeting carrying nothing but her golf bag. Among them was an 8-year veteran known for her composure on the court. She froze the moment Clark laid out a set of irons and a driver beside her locker. Across the locker room, players whispered about the rookie's audacity. "She's averaging 20 points and still wants to tee off full time?" one veteran asked, her voice barely above a murmur. It wasn't just the numbers that shocked them. It was the sheer confidence required to pivot sports at the highest level.
The WNBA season last season, there's immediate hesitancy. Is that a word? There's immediate hesitancy about giving Caitlin Clark too much praise. They didn't want to give her too much praise. They didn't want to prop her up too much and forget about everyone else who came before her. Didn't want to put her on MVP ladders. Didn't want to put her as Rookie of the Year until it was so evident that they had to. There was just so many things that it felt like it was always just a little bit of a push. Like, make sure you don't do too much. We don't want to give her too much praise. We don't want to tweet about her too much. We don't want to post about her too much. We don't want to give her too much media coverage. Let's just make sure that everyone else is also happy. Like, that seemed to be the consensus for the entire WNBA season. And what I thought was so interesting and what prompted me to even make this video, because I got so upset about it, was the fact that the WNBA posted nothing. Posted zero about Caitlin Clark golfing in this Pro-Am event. If you look at
Clark's pivot wasn't entirely out of left field. Friends and family knew that between basketball seasons, she spent her off days on the driving range. She first picked up clubs at age 8, and by high school, she held a handicap of 6. In college summers, she recorded an average driving distance of 275 yards, with fairway accuracy above 68%. During the 2024 offseason, she posted a score of 68 on the par 72 layout at Pinehurst Course No. 2, tying for 12th among amateur qualifiers in a regional tournament. By comparison, the average driving distance in the LPGA sits at 247 yards, and the tour's average fairway hit rate is about 61%. Clark's raw numbers hinted at untapped potential.
What about the shove? It's just like, we didn't have a look at somebody shoving. It should have been an ejection. That's really bad. And the coach is like, so I'm running in and I shoved someone. And that's cool. Caitlin Clark makes free throw number 1, number 2, and number 3. And Caitlin Clark's going to get the ball. Her and JC Sheldon just guarding each other all day, hanging out. She finds an opening. Sheldon's on her, hand up, in her face, bangs the deep 3, celebrates accordingly. Yeah! Fuck yeah! You like that? Caitlin Clark guarding JC Sheldon, and then claps in her face when the pass goes awry. And then there's a shot. And they get the rebound, and Caitlin gets it, and then they call timeout. And right here, Sheldon's...
Behind the scenes, negotiations unfolded swiftly. LPGA officials flew to Indianapolis to meet with Clark's agent. They offered her a minimum guaranteed purse of $2,500,000, 0 cents per season, plus performance bonuses tied to top 20 and top 10 finishes. On the basketball front, WNBA's minimum rookie salary for 2025 stands at $75,000, 0 cents, with the veteran max hovering near $228,000, 0 cents. Even accounting for endorsements, she reportedly earned around $1 million, 0 cents last year. Clark's golf deal dwarfed her basketball earnings. For a young athlete with star power, the LPGA contract presented both a financial and a personal challenge too tempting to decline.
Your thoughts?
So you're saying in the LPGA there's no Hayden Ashaniquas? Yeah, I've noticed that. That was a very... Yeah, I had to dust that one off. Yeah. I think it's clear as day. I don't want to simplify it, but certain things, 1 + 1 = 2. Now, her being the biggest star in all of sports, really, I
now, who's bigger?
Any NFL quarterback. Any NFL quarterback that's on a playoff team. Yes, any NFL quarterback. Maybe in the Whitlock sphere, it'll always be Caitlin world. But no, and whoever wins the Heisman Trophy will be a bigger name. Come on now. Okay, LeBron James.
Let's put it to the test. Let's put it to the test, Steve. Let's say you came here to Nashville to visit again, like you previously did, and you're walking down Broadway.
When news broke at dawn, sports outlets carried the story within minutes. Social media lit up with disbelief. Caitlin Clark is signing with LPGA, one trending hashtag read. Another message read, WNBA players left speechless. In the team's downtown arena, posters advertising tonight's game were hastily torn down. The front office replaced them with a statement praising Clark's versatility and wishing her success in golf. Fans flooded the box office requesting refunds, while season ticket holders sent emails expressing shock and sadness.
Caitlin Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day. So I talked about it in a previous video, how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world. And her name is Nelly Korda. So there are photos of Caitlin and Nelly.
In practice, later that afternoon, Clark addressed her teammates for the last time. She thanked them for welcoming her into the league and acknowledged the difficulty of her choice. She spoke of her love for basketball, calling it a formative part of her identity, and then spoke of golf as a new horizon, a fresh test. Her voice stayed steady, but eyes glistened with emotion. The veteran point guard seated across from her wiped a tear and offered a smile. "You're doing what's right for you," she said. Throughout her brief WNBA stint, Clark had proven she could handle pressure. She led her team in fourth quarter scoring on 6 occasions and sank her game-winning jumper in 2 separate games. League-wide, only 1 player had more clutch game-winning points. Clark's true shooting percentage of 58.7% ranked 8th among guards. She also ranked in the top 10 for assist-to-turnover ratio at 2.3, and her defensive rating of 102 placed her among the league's top perimeter defenders. Leaving a sport where she already excelled underscored her fearless mentality. Golf will test her in different ways. On the LPGA Tour last season, the top 60 money earners averaged 12.8 events, with a cut-making rate of 73%. To keep her card, Clark must finish in the top 90 on the official money list, which last year required earnings of at least $55,000 0 cents. Her rookie contract guarantees entry into all 4 major championships at Augusta, St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, and Lancaster. Beach, she also receives support from a swing coach, a putting guru, and a sports psychologist, matching the infrastructure many longtime golf pros rely on. With time and training, her raw athleticism may translate into consistent rounds in the mid-60s. Already, she's displayed early promise in training camps. In a 9-hole scrimmage on the Colonial Course outside Dallas, she shot even par, sinking a 15-foot birdie putt on the par 3 6th hole. Last week at a charity pro-am, she recorded a birdie on a 230-yard par 3, launching a 7-iron to 6 feet. Her short game, often the downfall of raw hitters, impressed observers. She converted 6 out of 8 sand saves at the private Oakmont Country Club. Coaches noted that her handsy coordination on the court translated well into controlling spin and trajectory on short chips and bunker shots. Yet the LPGA field remains deep. 30 players averaged more than $1 million 0 cents in earnings last season, all with years of tour experience. Even the most talented rookies face an uphill climb. Clark must adapt to walking 18 holes across varied terrains, much more distance on her legs than during a basketball game. She'll have to master course management, learn to read greens, and manage the mental ebb and flow of individual competition. The solitary nature of golf contrasts sharply with the team dynamics she thrived in on the hardwood. WNBA players reacted publicly with mixed emotions. Skylar Diggins-Smith tweeted, "We lose a rising star, but it's a win for women's sports overall." Aja Wilson posted a photo of Clark with a basketball and a golf club side by side, captioned, "Two sports, one warrior." Meanwhile, another veteran guard privately admitted she felt betrayed. "She had everything to prove in basketball. I thought she was here to stay," she confided. The contrasting views highlighted the tension between loyalty to the league and respect for individual freedom. Sponsors also scrambled to recalibrate their partnerships. Clark's deal with a major shoe brand reportedly shifts from basketball-centric lines to a neutral training shoe designed for walking the golf course. A sports drink company plans to debut a new dual athlete campaign featuring Clark in both hardwood and links settings. A global watchmaker is fast-tracking a Lifetime collection commercial, framing her as a boundary breaker. Brand managers see her crossover appeal as an opportunity to reach both basketball fans and golf enthusiasts. Sports historians drew parallels to athlete crossovers of the past. Michael Jordan's failed baseball stint, Deion Sanders' dual NFL-MLB career, and more recently, Patrick Mahomes taking on Kansas City Royals spring training. Each case carried its own narrative. Jordan's pursuit of passion, Sanders' boundless athleticism, Mahomes' love for baseball. Clark's choice carries a unique twist. She moves from a team sport where she's already a superstar to an individual sport where everyone starts each round at 0. It's a reversal of the usual path, where athletes often move from individual to team sports. Her family expressed pride and support. Her father, speaking to local reporters, said, "She's always chased challenges. Basketball gave her a platform. Golf gives her a new frontier." Her mother added that Caitlin's rigorous training ethic, documented by over 1,200 hours in the gym and on the court last season, will serve her well on the course. Even her younger brother, a college baseball pitcher, offered advice about handling failure. "In golf, you're only as good as your last shot. Embrace the mistakes and move on." As her debut on the LPGA Tour approaches, all eyes will be on the first tee. Golf commentators speculate whether she can break the rookie scoring average of 71.9, set by Nelly Korda in 2018. If Clark manages an average round under 72, she would join an elite club of rookies who also made the year-end top 50. Betting markets already list her among the top 30 favorites at 51 odds to win the U.S. Women's Open this summer. Those odds reflect respect for her talent, tempered by recognition of the experience gap. In the weeks ahead, fans will debate whether her leap represents a distraction or a milestone. Some argue that her departure weakens the WNBA's burgeoning viewership. Others say it amplifies attention on women's sports in general. Either way, Clark's story transcends any single league or sport. It highlights the boundless potential of modern athletes and the evolving landscape of women's professional athletics, where contractual terms, media reach, and personal ambition converge in unprecedented ways. On the morning of her first official tournament, Clark arrived at the course surrounded by cameras and reporters. She carried her golf bag confidently, though her spikes clicked nervously on the pavement. As she stepped onto the first tee, she paused to soak in the moment. The gallery fell silent. In that instant, no one spoke of points per game, shooting percentages, or clutch performance. For the first time, her success would be measured in strokes under par and putts holed. Yet the same focus, the same drive that defined her basketball career shone in her eyes. Whether Caitlin Clark emerges as an LPGA star or returns to the WNBA remains unwritten, but her story already challenges conventions. It reminds us that athletes are not bound by a single identity or path. With drive, resilience, and an appetite for challenge, they can reshape expectations. As Clark tees off into uncharted territory, one thing is clear: she will carry the lessons of the court onto the fairways, and in doing so, inspire a new generation of multi-sport pioneers.